Bronte Campbell, welcome to 7:30.
Hello, nice to be here.
Now, just a very few days left. How do you spend the final days?
So it's all about resting at the moment. You're just resting as much as possible in between the training times, and everyone gets a little bit stir crazy. But we've got a tiny little pool table here at the hotel, and we're all teaching each other how to be dreadful at pool.
What is good food for swimming just before a huge event like this?
Honestly, when you're in training like we are, there's just consuming enough energy to keep you going. When you get closer towards competition and you start to get nervous and not be able to stomach very much, it's literally whatever you can keep down that's going to sit well in your stomach around competition. There's obviously ideal mixes of carbs and proteins, but like realistically, just any food that is good, solid food, as non-processed as possible.
Now, you're one of a very small number of Australians who has competed in 4 Olympics. What can you bring to those young people coming to their first games? What can you tell them about how to get through their first Olympics?
I think every Olympics is really different. So, especially on this team, which has a lot of Olympic rookies, I'm not setting myself up as someone who is an expert in anything that's about to happen. But I think what I noticed when I came to my first games was the older people on the team just had a bit of reassurance about them, a bit of calm. They'd seen a lot of it before. They're around if I wanted to ask questions, and I'm just trying to be that same person to the young ones on this team and make them feel as comfortable as possible. I think if you feel like you belong and you're part of a team and you feel like there's people you can turn to when you need something, that really helps with managing all the little stresses that happen when you start getting into the Olympics.
Have you got better at dealing with nerves for an event like this?
You definitely get better at dealing with nerves over time. Doesn't mean you don't get them. I think everyone gets completely nervous. That's really natural. It's just knowing that that's natural and knowing how to deal with it, knowing how to get the right sleep, knowing how to wind down after a race. All of those things really make a really big difference over an 8, 9 day meet, which is what this is. The person that can manage the energy the best through the week is going to be the person who's best at the end of the week. And realistically for myself, I might be swimming at the start of the week as well at the end of the week. So it's something that a lot of people have to manage. We've got medley relays on the last day, and a lot of people are in contention for that. So it's something that the whole team's going to have to deal with.
Now, you said you wanted to tune up a few things after the trials. What were they, and have you managed to tune them up?
Yeah, trials is a hard meet. It's everyone wants to do well at that meet, and I hadn't raced in a while going in, so I was feeling a bit rusty. There was some things with my turn in the 100 and my touch in the 50. I think I just stopped swimming at like 48 meters in the 50. Should just taken an extra stroke. So a few little things around the skills there that come with a little bit more racing. So we spent a bit of time in Cannes and now in Charts, making sure that we're tuning those little things up and getting the brain back into race mode. I think even racing at trials is probably quite beneficial for that.
Now, you did an unusual thing. After a very long, successful career, you changed your coach. Do you swim differently now?
I actually do some differently now. So that was the first thing that we did was make some changes to my stroke when I went to my new coach, and that was quite interesting. It takes quite a lot to change after I think I've been swimming like that for probably 20 years. Um, and yeah, it was. I really enjoyed that challenge actually of trying to change it, not only change it at low speeds, but change it at fast speeds and make it automatic. So for me, that was every single day, every single stroke, having to think about it for probably about 4 to 5 months, and then it started to become a bit more automatic. So it really made me very present in training. But I enjoy that challenge and the finessing of things. I found it a really interesting thing. I've been doing swimming for so long, so I enjoyed that it was not something that I'd done before.
And what were you finessing actually?
Um, well, a little bit of arm recovery, so a slightly wider arm recovery and head position, so a slightly lower head position. Um, Once again, I talked about those skills in racing. My lower head position means I've got less visibility, so it's also adjusting to that. I used to look forward a little bit more. I could kind of see where I was going. Just the really little things. I honestly don't think the layperson's going to see me swimming a totally different stroke. Maybe if you're my old coach and you watch me swim for 20 years, you'd be able to see it. But to me, they feel like big differences, but they're really, really minute.
I think I ask you that because everybody who swims in Australia, when you're racing, they all suddenly become very aware of how they're swimming and want to do just a little bit better. So people are really interested. But I wanted to just ask you another thing about your long career. You obviously suffered a lot of injury and you lived actually with chronic pain. I think I read since 2015, a long time, and that's life-changing. What is it about swimming that made it worthwhile for you to keep going to this point?
I'm not sure. Everyone who is on this team, myself included, has got this weird swimming fever. And I'm not 100% sure where it comes from. For me, I think it's really great to try and express excellence, and swimming's been a way that I've been able to pursue that. I really enjoy trying to be the best that I can be. There's something about going to an Olympic Games that always had a place in my heart. I mean, it was something I dreamt of from when I was 7 years old, and I took a big break after Tokyo Games. I took 18 months off, and honestly, it was up in the air whether I was going to come back into the sport. I was really happy with my career. I was really happy with not getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I was really happy with not being in pain. But there was just something about competing at a Paris Games that made me want to get back in the pool and go through all the things all again. I don't 100% know what it is, but there's definitely something there. The pull of the Olympics is quite strong, and I don't think I could have moved on if I didn't at least have a crack at it.
Bronte Campbell, you know that we're all right behind you. We wish you the very best of luck and thank you for talking to us in the lead up.
Hey, thank you so much.